Hello, everyone on American Warrior Radio Land. Glad that you tuned in. We again are here at the illustrious new studios of Real Kingdom Media. Our producer, John Lopez, got us going, and we have a special guest. You watched the last episode that dropped. We try and drop them on Sundays. Kris, better known as Tanto Paronto. Are you there, Kris?
I'm here, buddy. Good to see you again,
Excellent. Thanks for hanging with us because we got a whole lot to talk about. But before we go into some other topics, let's talk about you because you got so many things going on. You have several different lines of business. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell us what your primary focus is right now in your business life.
Well, primary focus actually in business life is just to stay a little bit active. You know, I have my Battleline firearms training company. We don't do a bunch of courses throughout the year. We mainly keep them within the spring, summer, and fall. I live in Kansas, so that's the nicest weather time anyway. But I do it with a bit of training, anywhere from intro to firearms, intro to pistol, intro to rifle, to where we're doing night vision courses, and we're doing close quarter courses, and we're doing high stress courses, and then leadership courses as well. And it's fun, and it also, you know, it's to keep me busy. And I have a partner, Jeremy Mitchell, who is an Army veteran, and it allows me to hang out with him too. So, you know, like-minded people doing like-minded things, and it just helps with the camaraderie, and it helps with just as we grow older, just to stay active and keep your brain active. But then they also have my vodka, Tanto Vodka, that I run with Ben Morgan, who's first Ranger Bat. I grew up with him in high school. So it's just another business opportunity that I'm working with peers and friends. And that is really the main thing. And then I also, for those that don't know, if you've seen the movie 13 Hours, it says Kris Paronto left the CIA and went back and became insurance adjuster. Actually, I've been a licensed insurance adjuster with FEMA in the National Flood Insurance Program since 1996. And
wow, I did not know that.
I still run a team of adjusters to this day. Granted, I took long breaks in between because of the deployments and because of the contracting, but I've kept my accreditation up, and I still am a licensed, fully certified flood insurance adjuster. But I don't mainly get out in the field too much anymore, but I train guys, and I actually run a team of adjusters. And to be honest with you, that I love it because it's completely different than firearms. It's completely different than the military. Granted, bringing the military mindset to it really helps, and I think that helps in any business because
you brought all those skills and all those years of working within the military out into the civilian community, where you're going to apply them with all kinds of great opportunities to learn different strategies and handling things. But what if, Kris? What if there's somebody out there that's watching American Warrior Radio and they want to become a part? Maybe they want to have a leadership group or something like that for some corporation. How do they get in touch with you?
Sure. Best thing to do is just go to my website, KrisTantoParonto.com, and then you'll deal directly with Jeremy Mitchell, my Army buddy that I just talked about. He runs the companies for me, and he is tremendous, and he's a lot smarter than me. So there you go. And my wife also does it too, Tanya. So, you know, always put people that are smarter than you in charge, and then you can sit back and watch things grow. And that's kind of what I've done.
You're cutting to the quick, because that's exactly where I'm at. I am an analog man in a digital world. So I've got our awesome producer. I've got executive vice president here. She's always doing things. I'm with you 100%. I let the big brains figure that out. I'm the one that wants to sit here and jibber jabber, but it's always good talking to you because you got so much to say. There's another, I mean, you're even in distilled spirits now. Tell me about that.
Well, that was started again with my Ranger buddy, Ben Morgan. We started quite a few years ago. Distillery is actually in Colorado. It's called Black Hat Distillery. That is where actually Ben Morgan lives. Ben is a former First Ranger Bat, so he's from First Bat. And he actually works at the distillery. And he's, again, another guy that's a lot smarter than me. And he's there managing the daily activities and you know, helping grow Tanto Vodka. And that's a difficult industry to do, especially if you're a shut-in like me that doesn't like to go out and travel and do all the meet and greets and do all the tastings and things. But he's done a tremendous job making that grow. And you know, regardless if it makes a ton of money or not, to me it was just cool to say, go walk into a liquor store and see, that's cool, Tanto Vodka up there, and seeing the logo on there that Ben's daughter actually hand drew, and that's where that logo came from. And being able, again, to work with a peer or somebody that I've known and a good friend that I've known since high school, He joined the Rangers before me, and that's what made me want to join because I couldn't have somebody that went
No
to a separate
kidding.
high school. And so I have to join. But it's just, it's more the experience than anything else, and being able to experience it with a friend and a brother.
Well, for sure. Okay, you mentioned that you're a speaker as well. So you go on a speaking tour. Somebody can hire you to come and
Correct.
give them some
Correct.
encouragement, some leadership. Tell me about that. And
Sure.
is it secular based, Christian based?
It is, yes it is. To be there, it is faith based, I should say. It's not based to just to a Christian community. I actually speak to all sorts of corporations, whether it be from I'll be speaking to Dell Computer Corporation. I'm sorry, guys, on one side of the house, and then I'll go speak to I'm speaking to a law enforcement agency in a few months down the road. Then speaking to some farmers, the agricultural group out in Nebraska next year. It has grown from where I used to just do it for free. I didn't even know it was a thing where there were honorariums to where I got picked up by a group called Kepler Speakers Bureau out in, I want to say Alexandria is where they're at,
I
Northern
saw that
Virginia.
on your website.
And that is who you go through to hire. And Kepler has been tremendous. So they're not like an agent. It's not a publicist. They're a actual speaking bureau, and they've got a huge Rolodex. And I'm just lucky to be, one small part of that. And they have a great
Sure.
military Rolodex as well with Matt Eversman, myself, Mark Nooch, Kirk Lippold. If it's four guys off the bat, if you follow the military, you should know all those guys are. Kirk Lippold was commander of the USS Cole. Mark Nooch was Chris Hemsworth in 12 Strong. He was the horse soldier. Eversman, of course, Black Hawk Down. And then you've got me, and they've got other military guys on that Rolodex too. And I'm just one of several
Sure.
that get out there.
Understood.
And I don't do a ton of them anymore because I want to be home. I want to be a father and a husband. So I try
Yeah.
to,
Family.
I limit them to, families first now. I've been gone enough. I left enough, but I still probably
But
do
we
about
still
10 a
appreciate
year.
you sharing with us. So let me ask you, pick your brain real quick. In this climate we live in now, especially with the leftists, the radical left being so out of control, even at my church, I'm a firearms enthusiast, and we have basically a contingency plan. God forbid, pastor's up on the pulpit, he's looking straight out to the front door. We've worked it out to where if something like that were to happen, we know we've got a reaction set. Do you teach that in any of your Battleline
Yes.
classes, or?
And we do. It really can be anything. And for private groups like that, we structure whatever they want. So they come and say, "This is what we want to learn." I'll teach you PSD. I'll teach you force protection. I did that for several years, teaching Afghans. If I can teach an Afghani how to do force protection, I can teach a United States veteran or
For sure.
security professional or just somebody who is a gun enthusiast how to do force protection. So yes, we do. And that's why I love it. It can be anywhere from a person that has never seen a gun, just bought it, wants to get more comfortable with it, to somebody where private course came in last year, and I taught them how to take down vehicles and not defend. It wasn't vehicle defense. We can do, but hey, this is how you assault. You actually take down a vehicle, and that's the beauty of living where I live and having a range that is. I do have free range, no pun intended, at my range to do whatever
Nice,
I
of
want.
course, as you should. But that's also
going through a
important,
lot
the
of
point you
courses
made in there.
myself.
And that's when somebody is interested in it, but they have no experience with it. They're a total novice, a greenhorn. There may be a little intimidated. Your course and the way you teach overcomes that. You're going to take somebody as green and walk them through at least the fundamentals, and then they can pay for more training as time goes by.
Correct. Well, you have to go through and vet so we can move on. And that private group that came in that did the vehicle takedowns, they've been coming for 4 years. So we finally got to that point. But that's how we learn here, and that's the military. They don't just throw you on the range and say, "Hey, small unit tactics, go." You got to learn. Okay, this is how to assemble and disassemble. Here's the front end. Here's the muzzle where it comes out. Here's where you load the magazine. It's crawl, walk, run, and that's what we've got to do too. The only problem on the civilian side of the house is we don't have 3 months to train you. It may take a few years, and you have to come over and do it again and again and again, and to work your way up. But then you're safe, and that is the military mindset, and that's the mindset I have when I train.
I'm with you.
So,
Kris, we're running out of time for this segment, but you're going to join us for a couple more. Real quick,
Correct.
give your website again. Best way to contact Mr. Paronto for any of the business lines of business he just discussed. What is it?
Just go to kristanoparonto.com, and everything from Battleline to the speaking is up there, and it gives you another direct link or a phone number to call if you for anything that's on there. Just take a look and search it.
Outstanding, brother, man. Listen, we got a couple other really hot topics we're going to discuss with this gentleman who's got experience beyond many, many others. But you have to stay tuned to American Warrior Radio. So we'll be back. Stay tuned.